Hello and welcome to day 8, and we've got our full body stretch. So starting at the back of our mat, going for our roll downs just to release through that spine. So tucking the chin, rolling down nice and slowly. Inhaling, deepening that stretch. Maybe rocking forwards and backwards slightly. Pressing onto the toes, pressing onto the heels. Gentle rocks forwards and backwards. If you want to, you can take hands to elbows here. Maybe thinking of pulling elbows down towards the ground, really feeling that length down through the hamstrings. Bending the knees, rolling all the way back up. Going again, tucking that chin, rolling it down. Again, maybe taking hands to elbows, and this time we're going to go for little rocks side to side. So just taking a slight little twist in those hips. Gently turning ourselves around to one leg, and then over to the other. Hands come down onto the ground. If you need to bend knees, that is totally fine. We're going to walk the hands out, finding a down dog. So thinking of pressing heels down to the ground. I'm keeping my head in line with my arms, so I haven't pushed my chest too low. I'm really prioritising feeling that stretch down the backs of the legs. Big deep breaths here. Lifting up through the backs of the rib cage, pulling into a plank, and then gently lowering hips down, releasing into an arch. Again, maybe little rocks side to side. If you want to take this down onto your elbows, just to lighten the stretch a little bit, you absolutely can. Maybe tipping the head back. Good, tucking the chin, tucking the toes. Pushing yourself back, really rounding through that spine as you push back, reaching the bum down towards the heels. And then we're going to slide forward, pressing the chest down and on to the ground. Nice. Coming up to kneeling. Just going to shuffle my leggings back up. We're just going to go for little wrist stretches, so fingertips reaching towards the knees, gently pressing those palms down towards the ground. They don't have to reach. If this is a stretch, then just stick there. Just gently pressing the weight into those hands. Again, maybe slightly pulling back. Little rocks to deepen into that stretch. Flipping the hands over, so I've still got fingertips reaching towards the knees, but the backs of my hands are down this time. Again, don't worry if they don't reach all the way flat. If they do and that feels comfortable, you can reach the hands slightly further away to deepen that stretch through the arm. Nice. Circling the arms all the way up, interlacing the fingers, reaching up for the ceiling, before gently taking it back into an arch. Nice. Stepping up into a lunge. We're just going to sink in to a nice deep lunge on this first side. Hands can reach onto the knee. We can reach them up to the ceiling. You can put one hand down. Maybe bringing it down onto the elbows, whatever you feel like you need. Nice deep breaths here. Releasing into that hip flexor, into the thigh. Pushing yourself back for a hamstring stretch. I'm really flexing this front foot. Maybe pulling the toes gently backwards. Keeping my bum lifted and gently reaching my body over that leg. Back into that lunge. Pushing back into that hamstring stretch. You can do this with the hands down, or you can pop hands on the hips for a little bit of wobble if you want to still get a little bit more core activation. Good. Tucking the back toes, lifting up into a higher lunge. We're then going to try and turn the back foot out. Find our side lunge, sinking into it. If this heel lifts, that's totally okay. We can reach the elbows down. Nice and gentle here. Good. Taking it back into that lunge. Popping both knees back, feet together, knees apart. Releasing the toes and just pushing back into that child's pose. Really thinking of pushing the hands down, pushing the bum into the heels before bringing it up and stepping that second leg through. Sinking into our lunge. Again, if you want to take it deeper, hands can come down, elbows can come down, whatever you would like here. As we exhale, really thinking of releasing tension from that muscle. Deepening the stretch. Pushing back into our hamstring stretch. Again, really flexing the foot if you want to try and pull toes back towards the knee. Deepening that pull down through the back of the leg. Going back into that lunge. Into the hamstring stretch. Just move between those two positions. Again, hands can be on the hips if you want that added balance challenge. Good. In this next lunge forward, we're going to tuck the back toes, lift ourselves up, turn to the side into that lateral lunge. Again, don't worry if this heel lifts. Don't worry if you're not super low to the ground. As long as you're feeling a release through those hips, we are all good. Nice. Bring yourself onto your bum, sweeping that leg forward. We're going to reach the hands forward down those legs. Sliding towards the toes. Again, they just get as far as they get. If you're feeling a stretch here and you can keep your legs nice and straight, that is going to be more beneficial than going all the way and lifting through the knees. If you do want to sit up on a block or a cushion here, it can help you straighten out the legs a little bit more if you've got quite tight hamstrings. Maybe little rocks side to side. Stepping the leg out to the side. We're going to try and tilt the pelvis forward. So I'm trying to aim my hip bones down to the ground. And then I'm walking the hands down. Big deep breaths here. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can do so on that exhale. Try and keep toes facing up towards the ceiling. So we don't want our toes to pull forward with us. We're trying to keep them pulled back, pulling back through the knees. So we really stretch through that inner thigh. We can come up to sit. One hand in the centre, reaching opposite arm over the head. Reaching down towards that foot. If it reaches, great. You can lower down into that shoulder. If it doesn't, we're just going to stay reaching. Rather than thinking down, stay reaching over. So even if your hand reaches, we don't want to cut this short and kind of be here. You really want to lengthen up through those top ribs. Changing sides, hand comes down. We reach up and over. Keep reaching that hand as far away as you can. Again, if it comes down to the foot, that's lovely. If not, that is totally fine. We're still getting a really great stretch down through the side of that body and into those legs and hips. Good. Crossing the legs in. Little neck circles in both directions. And then you are all done. Thank you very much, guys. See you tomorrow. Mwah.